Well, it's the end of July 2018 and I'm on Plymouth Hoe and it's a beautiful day. It's Tuesday. Last weekend I spent in Brighton and it was very stormy, and as you can see on YouTube if you check the videos out, discovering Brighton. So now I'm going to go to Sotts Memorial from Plymouth Hoe and I'm going to show you how to get there. Very inspirational memorial it is too. So this is Plymouth Hoe, which means high ground, and it's a place where people come and relax and sunbathe and come to functions from the city centre. And this is the old Eddystone Lighthouse, built in 1759. So you can find my video on the Eddystone Lighthouse on my YouTube channel, so check it out, Plymouth Eddystone Lighthouse, Chris Summerfield. So this is the monument to the pirate Sir Francis Drake, who helped to save the United Kingdom from the French and the Spanish. So this is the flag of the Union Jack, which was only meant for shipping. The real flag is the flag of St George for the UK, and I believe that, as I've mentioned before, that he wasn't even British, which doesn't surprise me at all. Over there is, you've got Mount Edgecombe, and it's beautiful countryside just outside Plymouth, which is only a little ferry ride away. So today I'm on Plymouth Hoe, heading west towards Devonport and Sotts Memorial. And in my Wembury video I was talking about the embarrassing memorial to the Beatles, which is just their bums, or the bums of the look-like Beatles, or sound-alike Beatles. It would have been better to have a bronze statue here to them overlooking Plymouth Sound. That's the original picture from the 1960s. This is the Grand Hotel, or what used to be the Grand Hotel in Plymouth, which is a very prestigious hotel, very classic, and it was burned out a few years ago and now it's been turned into very high class accommodation or flats. So that's the Grand Hotel, or the Old Grand. For many years on the top of Plymouth Hoe, on West Hoe, you had the Quality Hotel, and it had been lying empty for years, and it took them ages to do anything with it because it's full of asbestos. Now it's been demolished, and it's made way for very high class flats and another form of accommodation. So this is West Hoe Park, a great place to relax and just wind down. This new building over on West Hoe took several years to build because it kept going bankrupt and was taken over a few times. So I'm just walking around down the hill from the Hoe in West Hoe now, heading towards the bottom, and I'll turn right, heading towards Mill Bay Docks. I'm impressed with these houses here. I saw them being built, and they were built out of plasterboard and tin foil, lining the walls, the separation walls. And I should think they're pretty expensive as well. On West Hoe there's a massive property development going on, and it's been going on for about a couple of years now. This is at the back of the doctor's surgery, so if you're not feeling very well, you've just got the doctor's surgery behind you. Also easy access for the Mill Bay complex. Just passing West Hoe pub now, and that's been here for quite a few years. So some of the expensive properties in Plymouth, in the prestigious Mill Bay dock area. Just across there you get the Brittany ferries coming in, and sometimes cruise lines going to Santander and Roscoff in France. So if you want to come and relax from Plymouth city centre, this is almost a new place to come and chill out, where it's quiet and peaceful. You can just wind down. Just there is the entrance to Plymouth's International Ferry Port. That's the School of College of Art Design for juniors, which has been open for about 5 years now. And this is where the Brittany Ferries comes in for the international connections. I believe that for a few years now the idea has been to link Mill Bay into the city centre, so I don't know how long that will take yet. When I was in Monaco in the spring of last year, I came across Prince's Yachts shop, where you could buy one of the yachts in the harbour there. Now Princess Yachts is based in Plymouth, and it's one of the successful companies in Plymouth, and it's doing incredibly well on the international scene now. And in Mill Bay docks, as in Europe, you can see the luxury yachts being cleaned constantly and maintained, ready for their owners to take out to sea. This is Plymouth's coastal quarter, the Ocean City. Come out of Mill Bay docks, you got a reminder to drive on the left, because in France, just across the water, it's left-hand driving, of course. So once again, this is the new Plymouth College of Art Junior School. Now heading towards Union Street and Bodyline's Gym. You'll see in a minute, where I've did a series of videos lasting for about 6 months, looking at the insight on people at Bodyline's Gym in Plymouth. And you can follow it on YouTube. Check it out, Bodyline's Gym Plymouth, YouTube. So Bodyline's Gym is just at the back of Mill Bay docks. And for about 6 months, I did a series of videos with the people at Bodyline's Gym. This Bodyline's Gym used to be the main sponsor to Plymouth Amateur Bodybuilding Championships in the city, and that's how I got to recording their gym for a while, because I wanted to follow people through to the competition. The Phoenix in Union Street used to be a venue for alternative music in the city, and this is the Palace Theatre, which has been left to go to rack and ruin after a very controversial raid on a nightclub that used to be there. It's been left derelict and run down since. People keep trying to maintain it, but from what I've been told, it's the shell or the body is past repair. So all they can really do is take the facade from the front, keep that, and get rid of the rest. So now I'm in Union Street, Plymouth, and once it was also the red light district of the city. Almost a no-go area with lots of nightclubs. The nightclubs are nearly gone, the girls are nearly gone, and the area's been turned into a more upmarket area. The Shekinah charity helps the homeless in the city, and this is the Falcon Doghouse, one of the harder drinking pubs in Union Street. This is a gallery in Union Street that caters mainly for Brian Pollard in these days. So Brian Pollard was the local doctor that had been making art for years. He's probably retired now. So this is the old Jaeger building, now the HQ, which caters for small businesses and startup programs. And you'd never buy a violin here because it might be a little. You get that one? Union Street, this is a pub called the Brewer's Tap, which used to be the Diamond Queen. And they used to have drag nights there, just across from Princess Yachts, the international Princess Yachts. And sold all over the world. So I'm walking over the bridge now, where I'm going to turn left into Plymouth Marina, I think it's called. We'll find out when we get there anyway. Should know by now, but I keep forgetting names because I see so many. So I've just come off Stonehouse Bridge where I'm turning left, and there you go, it's Richmond Walk, I guess. So turn left into Richmond Walk and go down to the marina, where you'll come to the bottom, and then you turn right. So down in Richmond Walk you can get canvases for your boats. So this is one of Plymouth's many heart hubs, and this is Flameworks, and it's been here for quite a few years now. And it says Creative Arts Facilities, and you can contact them through www.flameworks.co.uk. Flameworks caters for all sorts of arts, from ceramics to wrought iron, and from what I've seen, glasswork as well. So it's worth checking it out and seeing the artists and seeing how they work. More views of Princess Yachts. So we're now heading towards Blackton's Boatyard, which is near the marina. And this is, I believe, the Navy Cadet Force, Mayflower Offshore Rowing Club, and probably Navy Cadet Force as well. So in Devonport, this is Plymouth Mayflower Marina with Jolly Jack's Bistro and Bar. So now I'm walking west and to the right of the marina, and I'll soon be at Sotts Memorial. So we're walking up to Blagdon's Marina now, and there it is. And look at that, Cornwall over the back there, Mount Edgecombe to the left. Beautiful views. So over the back there, you've got the swimming pools at Mount Wise. They managed to get the funding for that because it used to be a depraved area, but it's since changed. As mentioned before, Henry Falcon Scott and Lawrence of Arabia are some of my all-time favourite heroes because they took risks, they were adventurers, and they lived life to the full. And that's what life is all about. If you don't take risks, you don't do anything. And so you don't leave a mark in history, which they have. So this is Blagdon's boatyard. Hello, Poppy. So on my walk today, this is the entrance to Henry Falcon Scott's Memorial, and it's been a good afternoon, nice afternoon, short walk, but we'll do a long one later on during the week hopefully. And there he is with his team. Once again, that's Mount Edgecombe going into Cornwall over the back there, and Millbrook just over in the valley. So the messages from Scott's diaries as he was dying on his exploration or travelling to the South Pole are probably some of the most inspirational writings ever made. Don't forget to YouTube my other videos on Sotts Memorial and see the writings and my review on the story there. We took risks, we knew we took them. Things had come out against us, and therefore we have no cause for complaint. But bow to the will of Providence, determined still to do our best to the last. Had we lived, I should have had a tale to tell of the hardihood, endurance and courage of our companions, which would have stirred the heart of many a man, or should we say every Englishman. These rough notes and our dead bodies must tell the tale. In the 21st century world, which is bogged down with petty-mindedness and issues, it's good to just come down here and reflect and escape. And it's also nice to see that the letters have been redone and the memorial's been done a bit better. But it still needs to go a long way for such an important part of history. So just over the back there, you've got the breakwater, Mount Edgecombe, and the Atlantic over the back there at Plymouth's Ocean City. And this is the River Tamar. So just over 100 years ago, or just under 100 years ago, you'd have seen sailing boats going through rather than motor engines. How time has changed so quickly. Just over the back there, you've got the Royal William Yard, which has become Plymouth's trendiest area of the city, and that has a great art facility as well. So if you check the Royal William Yard, you'll always find something going on, so it's worth googling them. Royal William Yard, Plymouth, Stonehouse. The Royal William Yard used to be a garrison base as well. And that's Devonport in the background. So look at the panorama. This is Cornwall. The Navy base over there. Devonport. Looking at Plymouth over there, and then we're going off to the Hoe area, Devil's Point, Royal William Yard, Plymouth Sound, the Breakwater, the Atlantic over the back, and Mount Edgecombe. The Millbrook village over the back there. See the world with open eyes. Breathe in the aromas of life. Nature's colours all around us, brought from a spectrum of light. And what I did forget to tell you, of course, this is Mount Wise, Devonport. And these are the ferries that leave from Plymouth Barbican, the historical quarter where you've got the Mayflower Steps, where the Pilgrim Fathers left to discover the world 400 years ago. Yeah, only 400 years since people from the UK discovered areas of America and Australia, so that's like 3 or 4 generations of us being human. So it shows how quick life and history moves on and how everything is evolving very quickly now. Rather than going back the same way, I'll take a walk through Devonport, so I'll give you a quick view of that as well, if the batteries hang out on the camera. I forgot to put new batteries in. Beautiful views, panoramic views. On a nice warm, breezy day, as you can see. So that's the swimming pool at Mount Wise, but it won't get any clear because we're in a paranoid state these days. Don't want to record it too close. And there you have the jet stream of aircrafts coming in from America and Canada. You used to get Concorde coming over with its sonic booms just coming over this area. Just took a short route, which took me to a dead end, so I'll try again. Nature. Need to be growing a lot more of this wild grass and keeping the vegetation a lot more wild to bring more wildlife in. Anything over manicured is hazardous, not very good for nature at all. So let's have a lot more wild grass planted. So here at Mount Wise you've got an outdoor multi-gym as well, so it's worth coming down if you want to have an outdoor workout on a nice warm day like today. So this area used to be a rundown council area and it's being redeveloped and taken up market now. That's interesting, I've just noticed the rainbow flag flying, which is the flag of diversity or being gay. So apart from the rainbow flag flying, it's good to see that you've got the flag of St. George as well, which is what I was talking about earlier. So if you're in the area, come and visit Devonport Column. So from Monday to Friday 10 till 1600, Saturday 10 till 16 and Sunday by appointment only. But it looks as though the column was erected in 1903 as part of Devonport Infant School. Trying to find the bakehouse now where you get the tokens for the door. So now I'm in Plymouth Guildhall on my walk and I've just come across the old prison cells, which is now an art centre. I want to break free. I want to break free for the first time. I could write a song about that actually. And I've just been told that Sherlock Holmes came from Plymouth as well, which is another interesting story. So there's a lot of creativity being produced in Plymouth. Would you like to see the financial market being brought into the city as well? You can come to Devonport Guildhall for fine food, as well as looking at art as well. And you also get your tokens from there for Devonport Tower. Now the Union, the Pride flag is flying for Plymouth Pride Week, which is the beginning of August 2018. So that's another one to add to my collection, Sherlock Holmes from Plymouth. And also you've got Dawn French and Robert Lenkiewicz, more locally, more recently famous people. And there needs to be proper monuments to these people, not just, you know, low-key sort of statements. And let's promote the city at a high level if I stay in Plymouth, which I probably won't, because I've been here too long and I'm not going anywhere here at all, from a personal point of view. And that's frustrating when you know the history and the people that have gone through this city. And they've had to move out of the city in order to develop themselves, apart from Robert Lenkiewicz, of course. To go up the Devonport column, it's £2.50, but it's going to be free for a couple of weeks in August 2018. So I'll probably try and get up there then. Watch this space. So now I'm walking back towards Stonehouse Bridge, and I'll just show you where Dernford Street is, where you can pick up the Sherlock Holmes Trail. But check it out on Google, and also check the tourist information in Plymouth. I've also just been told about a monument for Charles Darwin, or a memorial to Charles Darwin in Devil's Point, Plymouth, which is in Stonehouse, in the direction I'm going in anyway. So I might try and just take a quick look at that, see what it looks like. So this is where I've been. We went round the waterfront here and we dropped into Sotts Memorial, which is up here. And then went round the back and did a circle back down to the bridge. So from Dernford Street, where you got Princess Yacht, you carry on up and you come to the Sherlock Holmes Steps, I believe. So don't forget to Google Sherlock Holmes Steps, Plymouth, to get the history of Sherlock Holmes. So here you have Stonehouse Barracks, where a lot of people were lost in the wars, especially in Iraq. Still home of the Royal Marines, Plymouth. So this is Dernford Street, Plymouth. It's now a very upmarket area of the city, and also where you'll find information in the history of Sherlock Holmes. And this is the Admiral's Heart, which takes you to the Plymouth Ferry, which takes you across to Mount Edgecombe. Veras used to be owned by the daughter of Beryl Cook, the artist, who became internationally famous. As mentioned, not to beat about the bush. Under the present politics and the legal system in Plymouth, you're better wiping your feet when you leave the city rather than going in. So this is the point for the Plymouth Ferry. I'm not going to stop and wait for it to come in. Oh, you can see it in the distance, just look. It's only a 5-minute trip across the River Tamar. So heading quickly south from Alvarez, I'm heading towards the Royal William Yard, which I was telling you about, which used to be the barracks. Now it's an upmarket arts and restaurant area of the city. You keep to the right of the waterfront, heading towards the Royal William Yard, you can come across these beautiful views of the marinas, and there's the Mayflower Arena from a different perspective, with the design of a ship that it's based on. An old hoisting crane for the boats. Well, for today's walk, I'll keep to the outside right of the Royal William Yard to try and find Darwin's Memorial, which I've just been told about. The 17th and 18th of August, they've got an open-air cinema at Mount Edgecombe. And 13th to the 15th of September is going to be in here at the Royal William Yard. And also the Barbican Theatre, you've got Macbeth with Shakespeare on 31st of July, 11th of August. And whilst I remember, the biscuit Farley's rusks originated from Plymouth as well. So today we're going right, as I mentioned before, to the right of the Royal William Yard. It's a beautiful little walkway and panoramic views overlooking Cornwall. Internationally acclaimed Princess yachts, plastic boats, and sailing boats owners hate them. It's nice to see that Plymouth Council, Plymouth has kept some of its historical buildings. Used to have a lot more, but as mentioned before, what remained after the Second World War, which wasn't a lot of it's been demolished. A lot of it was buildings like this across the city. Any excuse, they pull them down and put prefabricated buildings up. From here you can get the ferry across probably to Mount Edgecombe, but definitely to the Barbican. In the back of that building used to have South West Film Archives, and that'll be moved to the new boxed museum and gallery in 2020, I believe, in the city centre. It'll be the year Plymouth celebrates the trip by the Pilgrim Fathers to discover America and Massachusetts. So not just the arts in the Royal William Yard, you've got some of the most prestigious property in Plymouth. And the cars prove it. So the bakery is the major art centre with galleries and studio space and a cafe. So that's the bakery gallery space, and this is Nikki Taylor's sculpture and artwork, and she's worked with the band Bastille, so you can find her videos on YouTube as well. So don't forget to look at my videos for Nikki Taylor sculpture. So coming out the back of the bakery, keep going south, then take a right to head up the path to go up to Devil's Point. So I've just been to Devil's Point at the point of Devon towards Cornwall in Plymouth, where I was told there was a monument, or a small monument, to Charles Darwin. Couldn't find anything at all, which is a total embarrassment, not just to Plymouth, but to the history of Darwin and to this country as well, in a town that's promoting Brexit and the spirit of being British, which is a bit bizarre. So I'm going back to Dernford Street because I found the writings from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, which is also funny. He's talking about Sir Francis Drake and the adventures of Plymouth in Dernford Street to a couple of people, retired people, and I said, well, Sir Francis Drake was a villain, and the lady said, well, nothing changed there then, is there? Which is, sums a lot up, really. So I'm glad I was reminded of the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle Trail in Dernford Street, which is in Stonehouse, heading towards the Royal William Yard outside the Stonehouse Marine Base. And it starts here. 63, this is where he was. Sinker, so my evening dress here. So the next bit of writing for Sir Arthur Conan Doyle is just past Old Admiralty Street. And here we are, the wages of sin, Watson, the wages of sin. Interesting but elementary, a la dear Watson. They were the footprints of a gigantic hound, Watson. Any truth is better than indefinite doubt. There we go, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, 1859 to 1930. The legend started here, 93 Dernford Street. Here's the daintiest thing on the bonnet on this planet. Is that sexism, I wonder? Life is definitely stranger than anything which the mind of man could invent. Crossing over from Pound Street now. Never make exceptions. Exceptions disapprove that law. It's quite a three-pack problem. You know, my observations are found on the Principal's Observations of Trifles. Now Watson, the fair sex is your department. There is nothing so unnatural as the commonplace. It is a capital mistake to theorise before one has data. Always look at the hands first, Watson, then the cuffs, trousers, knees and boots. Always look at the hands first, Watson, then the cuffs, trousers, knees and boots. There is no part of the body which varies much. There is no part of the body that varies as much as the ear. Pardon? What? Watson? My dear fellow, you must trust me implicitly and do exactly what I tell you. Watson, you always keep us flat-footed on the ground. Might trouble you to open the window, for a chloroform vapour does not help the palate. Is a subject upon which I have sometimes thought of writing a monograph. There is nothing more deceptive than an obvious fact. So they were the pavement writings of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle in Dernford Street, Stonehouse, Plymouth. And I'll just take you to Devil's Point, where there should be a memorial to Darwin, but there isn't, and that's a disgrace. There is but one step from the grotesque to the horrible. There is something devilish in this, Watson. You mean well, Watson? Should I demonstrate your own ignorance? I can sense an air of arrogance in Sherlock Holmes. The plot thickens. Nazareth House, which is an old people's home run by nuns. Moistness, condition much improved. How do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you get a cloud and pin it down? Breaks Island, and this is the ferry heading back towards Plymouth Barbican. Mount Edgecombe, Devil's Point, where there should be a memorial to Darwin, but there's nothing at all, which is disgraceful. So don't forget to friend me on YouTube and follow my videos. It's a lifestyle thing. Be who you want to be. Be free.